One of the questions that came up in a training session that I was delivering around navigating workplace conflict and hard conversations was somebody who said they were really struggling with the concept of what I call curious questions, open-ended questions. And these kind of questions are really vital in hard conversations, in building connection with others, and getting to a place of understanding, which is an important part of conflict resolution. When we queried this a little bit more to find out what was hard about these open questions, the person said something that I thought was so valuable for everyone in the room that day to hear. The person said something to the effect of, when I get nervous, my head feels really busy. It's like there's so much happening up there. And then I just default, even though I know I should be asking questions that are open, like who, what, where, when, how. Even though I know I should be asking them, my brain feels like it defaults to did you, could you, will you, won't you, which are closed-ended questions. In the class, we had a great conversation, and I asked what they tended to feel in that moment when they became self-aware of asking a whole series of closed questions, just to take a moment and reflect on what was happening in their body. What did they notice? And the individual said, in addition to their head feeling really busy and lots of overwhelming information, they felt kind of stuck. Just that they were at a place in the conversation that they didn't know what to do or how to change what was happening in the dialogue. So I asked them to think about what has helped in similar situations. And the person said, actually just sitting back in her chair and just taking a deep, slow breath. And I know we've all heard this before. But often in that time of discomfort or awkwardness, or when our head feels really busy, we don't breathe properly. We breathe in this shallow way so the air is not getting to where it needs to get to. And then our emotional state starts to escalate. We feel more anxious. Some people describe feeling more angry. And so a great strategy that this group talked about was the importance of breathing. And the other piece that I added to their conversation was the importance of thinking about slowing the conversation down just a bit, adding in little pauses like I did there and there. Just a moment of silence, just a moment allows people to catch up a little closer to where you are in the conversation. In high stakes conversations, these conversations move quickly and are often very emotionally charged. And we're processing a lot, aren't we? We're processing what's being said, what's happening to us in our body, how we're feeling in that moment, what we're noticing about the other person and how they might be feeling in that moment. We're taking in information from them, trying to process it, thinking about what we could say back to them. We might be noticing distractions around us, people walking by the room. We notice our phone vibrating on the desk. We start to feel thirsty. We start to notice physiological changes in our body. When we have high-stake conversations, there is a lot going on. The more that we prepare, the more that we think about jotting down a few prompts for us, the more that you think about questions that you could ask in those moments that you get stuck, and the more that you remind yourself that you're human. Sometimes things go sideways, sometimes mistakes happen, and you have the opportunity to do what I call the relationship mulligan. That's the redo. If in these high stakes conversations you say something that didn't come out the way you hoped it would, or it didn't land for that person the way you intended it, misunderstandings occur, it's completely okay and actually encouraged to just stop the conversation for a moment and say, I just want to go back. What I said a moment ago was not really how I wanted to say it, and I want to do a redo. And you reword what you said. This is a powerful moment, a powerful shift in changing the conversation, but also changing how you feel and how the other person might feel in the moment. Preparation, there's a lot of it, isn't there? Thinking of those open, curious questions that you can ask, especially when you default to closed questions, can help you slow the conversation down, hear the information that you need, convey the information you need to say in a way that supports trust and connection and bridges understanding. These are all important elements of high-stake communication. I'm Charmaine Hammond with Hammond International, and thanks again for watching our educational video on high-stakes conversations.